You are now listening to Out of the Blank.
Welcome to another episode of Out of the Blank podcast. I'm here with Lere Garrett. Lere, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, world? My name is Lere Garrett. I go by the name of Hustle God, though. I'm from the Bay Area, Oakland, California. And I'm on here with Robbie today to talk to y'all about who I am and what I do.
Well, we're going to have a conversation, but what do you do professionally? Because, I mean, you say you go by Hustle God, so you got to explain further here. What do you actually do professionally?
I'm a hustler.
What does that mean? Because you can hustle in many things. I hustle to the bathroom, so I'm curious.
Yeah. So I hustle to the bathroom. You feel me? I hustle to make something to eat. I hustle to make money. I hustle for my health. I hustle to enlighten other people. I hustle to connect dots so things that I want can manifest. You know, I rob Peter and pay Paul. You feel me? I'm a real hustler.
Okay, so take me a little bit through a walkthrough of your hustle. I'm just trying to kind of understand in a way because, I only know a little bit. I mean, I am, I'm not very, I guess, I don't know, hip to all the slang, I guess.
I don't know if hustling is really slang, but it's just a whole lot of different understandings of what it really means to be a hustler. Because in a dictionary, when you look up hustler, it basically is a prostitute. You feel me? But that's because a lot of people who don't really know what hustling is probably wrote that definition. But hustling is just a means of, putting in that work to get what you want in life. You feel me?
I get it. Yeah. So, I mean, everyone's got one, right?
Everybody hustle. Everybody got to hustle. When you get up in the morning, you got to hustle your ass up out of bed and get to work. You feel me? When you want to eat, you got to hustle your ass to the kitchen and hustle up a meal. You feel me? When you want to pay them bills, you got to hustle up some money. So
do you think
we always hustling?
Do you think, Lere, that everyone's in a hustle because of the fact it seems like they're not going to get a piece of anything for themselves anytime soon, and they feel like they have to rush it?
No, hustling ain't got shit to do with rushing. Hustling is
you just said hustling to get something to eat, hustling to get something to that. That's
get your ass to it. That's just getting your ass to it, getting up, getting to it.
That's rushing, though.
That's because you will understand our slang. So hustling up to it don't always mean rushing. It just means being consistent, and you gotta go following through and getting to it. So it just means getting it done all the way through to completion. Hustling is not really about a rush. It's just about consistency and completion.
I mean, that's definitely a amazing perspective to look at it, because I think a lot of people, like, you want to talk about slang, you want to talk about words that if the dictionary definition doesn't mean anything what they do now, it's the transformative kind of
what they mean now. They never describe what meaning that we created them to mean.
Yeah, well, the people take a whole new reference onto what the dictionary definition of anything is. I mean, the actual
sometimes the dictionary
hang on a second.
definitions wrong.
Yeah, that's true. But let me bring in my perspective here. Like, if you look up you look up the term jaywalker. I don't know if you know the original history behind jaywalker, but when you say jaywalker now, what do you immediately think of?
Somebody who crossing the street without being in the crosswalk.
Okay, and now do you call a jaywalker a criminal, or do you consider them just don't care?
Just don't follow certain social rules.
Exactly. Well, in the dictionary definition of a jaywalker, that was basically meant to call someone a fucking idiot. That's literally what a jaywalker was, because the concept of when this term was created was back in when there was only like one or two cars on the road. So if you got hit by a car, you were an idiot.
Right. Got you. I got you. That was slang.
Yeah, well, see, it's crazy because with technology and the way that it seems like we've moved forward as a society, at least through all like the capabilities, how you can pull out your phone and have, so much creativity at your fingertips, destructful and also very beneficial. But slang, like that whole term, like, I look up, what Urban Dictionary is? I could type my name into the Urban
Yeah,
Dictionary and it
and
gives
come
me,
up with a definition
and it's funnier, to be honest with you. I like the Urban
than you ever
Dictionary.
would have imagined.
Yeah, like they give you a nice little background to it too. Like he's got, like, for me, I looked up Robbie and it goes, he's got the creative voice of Morgan Freeman with the six pack of Jason Momoa. I'm like, well, thank you.
Now I gotta just live up to that shit.
See, that's what the hustle is. The hustle is being able to have a goal and be able to accomplish it.
You got it. You got it, bro.
Yeah.
Oh
See,
my God, bro. Can you write that in the dictionary for us? We need you to submit a request to have that fixed in the dictionary, amended.
well, it's crazy because as a kid, I used to get in trouble a lot. So for me, I had to write down a dictionary. I had to write the whole one page down every single day as my punishment. Basically, every day I would do that. So I learned a very
Made you a
large.
smart dude.
Yeah, well, it means I learned a lot of large words that make me sound very intelligent, when in reality it's the complete opposite. But
Hey, don't kid yourself.
it's crazy because I'm a big
Words have power, bro.
That's true. I'm a big advocate for creativity when it comes into real original creative stylings, not the copycat versions you see a lot nowadays.
Yes.
It seems like
Authenticity.
exactly. It seems like the world is going to a point right now where
They like the fake shit.
yes, but we live in a fake society that is perfect for it. I've talked about it before on the podcast. Now, my theory behind a fake society is when you run into someone on the street, they give you a default answer. They give you that, how's your day going? And they keep on walking. If you said that to me in
robots.
Yeah. If you said that to me in the street, I would not give you an answer. If you want to ask me about my day, you stop and you sit there and you talk to me. We'll have a conversation.
Fucking right.
I think a lot of people have choose to live this life of comfortability based on the structures we're kind of living in, because it seems like everything in the world that is not its own creative kind of own prospect of someone's hustle or whatever that they're trying to do, their grind to kind of be able to get what they want or a piece for themselves.
They don't want shit to do with it.
It's the problem is the work, the education system, everything is just creating a fucking factory of zombies that want to live this 9-to-5 life. And I can tell by just talking to you.
Isolation and shit.
Yeah, I could tell by just talking to you. That's neither of us.
I'm not one of them. Hell fucking no. I can tell by talking to you, you not one too, bro.
I mean, I'm literally just like, I first of all, I'm not able to sleep when most people sleep. I'm up at 2:00 in the morning. And if I have time, I'm podcasting with someone in Australia on the concept of I have fucking things I want to get done. Any waste of sleep can be later when I'm dead. There's
or when your body shut down, like, okay, it's overheating. It's time to put to sleep. You know, other than that, you should definitely be hustling. You feel me? Consistently working.
It's literally
somebody told me today, since I got up, right? My bad. I don't mean to cut you off, Robbie, but I had to get up this morning. I had some issues with some distribution of one of my singles in my music. So I had to get up and fix the artwork on that to get it distributed and contact them, make sure to distribute it. Then my website, I keep getting hit by the Nigerians, so they keep trying to extort me for security on my website. So I had to go re-up my website. Then after that, I had to do some little shit around the house, and I'm doing this all on live, and I'm telling people like, oh, I gotta do this, then I gotta do this podcast in a minute with out of the what is it, out of the blue,
out of the darkness. Sure. We can go
out of the blue, out of the blue. It wasn't out of the blue, it was out of the darkness or something.
Out of the blank, that's okay.
Out of the blank podcast. Like, dang, you doing all that? It's a Sunday. I'm like, man, what do you mean? It's like you go till it's done. Like,
well, there's a point one day in our life where you're not going to have the ability to do this hustle. You're not going to be able to.
That's your day of rest.
And that's what I'm saying, where a lot of people, they keep on working and people are like, why don't you just take a break? It's like, I can take a break when I'm gone. I can take a break. Like, I've been up 3 days doing podcasting before, you know, I have a couple days off coming up. I don't plan on going to bed anytime soon. I'm going to line up as many of these as I possibly can on the concept of, there are so many people on this earth and
Seven billion.
nobody's taking the time to just have a conversation anymore. I do not like people. Listen to me when I say this. I do not like people. I like the person that I can talk to one-on-one that gives me the true them. The true.
You like individuals,
I like the person that is
not
underneath.
people.
No, I like the person that is underneath the character that we all display.
Rip that fucking mask off.
Exactly.
So, you know, people hate me because I walk around. I took my fucking mask off a couple of years ago. I refused to wear a mask. So people hate me because of it. Like, and then they like, you crazy and shit like that. And I'm like, well, it's like either you be crazy and be yourself or you be a fucking slave and wear a mask. So you choose, you know.
See, people, they live in this world where everything is okay because everything's comfortable. They're just going to go home and go to bed, go home, watch Netflix, go home and get comfortable in the PJs. After a long day of work,
risk.
Well, after a long day of work,
They're scared to get judged, bro. They're scared for somebody to see them out doing something that they love doing, having fun and smiling and happy and shit. They scared because then their friends gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you happy?" And I'm not fucking happy. Like, so they just go isolate. This is just my theory or my imagination. I'm just really fucking around talking shit right now. But like, that's really like, what the fuck makes people get into that state of all I want to do is work.
Well, you can't sit like that and look at them as doing something. See, they just know that that's what they have to do because that's what's going to get them money. I mean, there are so many people out in this world today that are just afraid of not having a job, so they're going to sit there and be miserable. But the problem is they don't create a side hustle. They don't create a way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they don't create a way of getting their life to a point where they don't need that job anymore and they can actually sustain themselves. Because, see, the thing is, we live in a world where if you don't have a 9 to 5, you're not going to be able to survive.
You don't know how to fit in. You never learned that there's a whole nother way. And that's why I have a whole brand out called Become a Powerful Creator, Realize Your Purpose. And what I basically do is teach people the art of side hustling. You feel me? That you have this skill, talent, gift, ability innately that all you have to do is, grow. And then it can become a stream of income. And then you can learn how to, survive off of that. And then you're not just going home after you get off of work and sleeping. You are building and creating this new future, this new life, So, like, everything you're saying is aligning with everything I'm all about, everything I'm all for doing. Like, no, I'm not just sitting there thinking like that's something wrong with them. I really do know that it's a lack of understanding, and it's like it's coming from a place of from ignorance, like, for a lack of a better word, But if someone told you, go ahead.
Is it ignorance or is it just being scared? Because I think a lot of what makes, hey,
fear.
Hold on, for all these things, you know how many times I have been considered, I don't know what the struggle is because I'm white. Just hear me out here. I don't know what this.
I'm listening.
I don't know what this is because of that. I'll never understand this because I'm of a different skin color. I've been a minority my whole entire life. I work at a hotel where the only housekeeping staff, I'm the only white guy on staff. I've literally watched a race barrier be taken down and
probably the only man too.
Yeah, well, it's difficult. It's not fun. I don't have a clique to group in, but I try and learn Spanish to connect with them. I connect with some of the older black folks there. I have a guy I call my black dad on the concept of, he gives me some of the best advice because I'm his kid's age, and he realizes these are people that are out there that can pull down race, pull down the color of somebody's skin and say, you're a fucking person and I'm going to do my best as another person to help you
get
time of need.
That's it. That's all it's about, bro. That's
And
all it's about. It don't got nothing to do with, and that's one of the things that I want to like break down in the barriers about hustling. Like it don't matter your race. Like that's one of the most ignorant. That's why I say it comes from a place of ignorance. Because and fear, to me, fear comes from ignorance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of and from my opinion, fear is a part of ignorance. But hustling have nothing to do with like everybody fucking struggles. So for a person to tell you because of your skin color you don't know the struggle, like what the fuck kind of ignorance type of shit is that? And usually people who say shit like that don't got no hustle. And what they fear is your hustle. They fear that you got this skin color that they feel like is insignificant in certain areas of life, but you got the hustle. So, and you got the ambition and you got the drive. It ain't adding up to them. They got this certain skin color that they think automatically, innately relegate them to these superior hustling powers or something. Like that shit don't got fucking nothing. Most of the billionaires in this world ain't black. So,
well,
and they're the biggest hustlers out here.
it's the same concept. Like if I try and do this or try and do that, like it starts when we're in the education system. First of all, we already immediately hook into social groups. We surround ourselves with
Right.
people that look like us, dress like us, have our same interests, have our same whatever. The list goes on and on and on. And
For
it's like,
different reasons, right?
I remember I had a choice of where I wanted to go to college to go get my bachelor's degree. Salisbury University, which is a predominantly white campus where I'd have to pay $7,000 plus my financial aid to get me into that school. Or I could go to University of Eastern Shore where I would be a minority. So the guidance counselor said this to me. He said, I'm going to sign you up for Salisbury. I'm like, wait, hold on. You're telling me I can go to another place where I'd be a minority and it's free. Why wouldn't I go there? He goes, because you're going to be a minority. You're going to feel uncomfortable. I'm like, hold the fucking phone.
Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can do?
I've been uncomfortable every day of my life. Nobody's ever been able to say after they've met me that I'm a good or bad person. They've only been able to say he's Robbie because I am my own person. I'm defined by the random shit I say all the time. I show people that like we have this aspiration to care, but it gets neglected because we focus on things like this. I've talked to people that say that all the kids being born now that are white need to be paying reparations. And I just throw this in there. We're choosing to make this a thing. We're choosing not to bring up race, not to bring up religion, not to bring up politics, and we stigmatize it when we do that. Just have a conversation. There's not every person on this earth is not going to agree. You're going to find someone that's going to, but it's all about understanding and being open-minded.
That's it. And that's it. You know, and realizing that there's different perspectives out there, and that your perspective is a right perspective to you, but it might not make sense to a person that's coming from a different experience. So,
I mean, you're talking. So I went and saw Straight Outta Compton in theaters, okay, when it first came out. I had no idea about NWA. I had no idea about cruising down the street in my 6'4", none of that stuff. But you know what happened after that movie was over?
Exposure.
I looked all that shit up. You damn right. My buddy's boss owns a 6'4" Chevy Impala. I sat in that thing and I played that song and I felt like a badass motherfucker.
Hey, you feel me? And so what the fuck is what? That's what music does, bro. Music transcends color. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is where we enter this new age and this new day, where that's why the word hustle gotta be redefined. It has to be reimagined because we are moving into this time of free enterprise, right? You know what I'm saying? In this information age. So if you're not a hustler, you won't survive. You know, the 9-to-5 shit is going away. You got Amazon, you got Look Around, you got DoorDash, you got Uber. Those are all fucking hustles.
Not
you know what I'm saying?
Good though. I don't like Uber on the.
I ain't saying that they good companies.
I'm about to say
but
I don't like
that you do for them is a hustle. You gotta be a self-starter. You gotta get out there and figure out strategies to make what you do get more money. You feel me? You gotta, it's all about all right, okay, should I have hand sanitizer in my car? Should I have cards? You know what I'm saying?
You always want to keep
It's
napkins in there.
So, but you got a motherfucker that might not think that they need to do none of that. So it's all about your hustle. I met this dude, I'm going to talk about Uber. I met this dude who blew my mind so much that I had to tell his story to everybody. And he was such a nice dude. He picked me up, and he was so shocked that I was a nice customer. I'm like, God damn, you would think, people talk to you all the time. You're like, hell no, people get in this car and they don't want me to say shit to them. So I'm like, so why do you do this job if you're so unhappy? He like, I make good money. And I'm like, how much money do you make? He like, shit, on a good day, I make $600 a day. On a bad day, I might make $200. He like, but I got a strategy. He like, most people don't invest in this little app that you can buy and put on your phone that tells you where the fares are so that you can collect your fares. And then the app also routes you so that as you dropping fares off, you can pick up more fares. So he invested in that to make his hustle better. Anybody else, they think, oh, I got a job at Uber. I got the car. The Uber gonna put all the people on for me, and I ain't gonna create no strategy or no circuit, no consistency to make sure that this shit working for me lucratively. I'ma just complain it ain't enough. You feel me? So
I definitely think like there's a lot of good concepts to it. I mean, I just don't like Postmates on the one simple idea was when you were a kid and your parents gave you a little bit of money or whatever you had to scrounge together through the couch cushions to get for pizza or whatever on the weekend, you were stuck to that fucking menu. There was no Ubering and getting Uber Eats to go get you a double cheeseburger from McDonald's, go get you a pizza, go get you all this shit. That was the fucking struggle when you were stuck to a freaking menu on a delivery service.
Wait, what the fuck you mean? Nigga, you didn't even, hold on, let me tell you about let me take your struggle another level, Robbie. So,
oh God, here we go.
Fuck, you didn't you ain't had no motherfucking money for the delivery service, nigga.
I didn't have the money to tip the guy. I didn't have that.
What? Fuck a tip, nigga. In the
dude,
hood,
let
nigga,
me tell you something.
Nigga, only
I had to
tip a nigga giving you in the hood. Hey, Robbie, is stay out of dark alleys at night.
Look, my mom told me specifically, she said, when you get off the bus stop, exactly when you get home from school, you run in the house and you don't open up that door for shit. She said, when I get home is when I will unlock the door and I will come in the house, but you don't answer the door. You don't do anything. You stay inside the house and you do not leave the house. Those were the rules. We had a crack in the microwave. When you heated something up, you fucking ran away from that thing unless you wanted to sit there and get your head fried. Look, everybody who honestly knows, I get anxiety when I go to a grocery store because immediately I think of the briefing my mom gave me before we went in there, where she told me not to look at shit, not to ask for shit. And it's not, the struggle is, people think it's a race thing. It's not a race thing. It's
a poor thing.
We can all go through that shit.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you, Robbie. I understand that because I have seen people of every race go through the same shit and say, I talk to people from all over the world. I love people. That's the difference between me and you. I actually love people.
Well, I love the real people I can talk to.
Wait. I love, you know what? I love people in every form they come in. You know why? Because I know how to rip people mask off. So it doesn't bother me when people introduce me to the masked individual. I don't care because I can get down to you. I'll find you. I'll dig you from up under all that shit and you'll come out. So I have a gift of doing that.
I can relate to you too. I can do that, but I find it's easier for me, at least one-on-one, besides, because I've been all over when it comes to religion. I've talked to so many people from all around the world, and it's on the same concept of there's people that'll come on here that'll just have a one-sided opinion, like, no, I disagree. I'm like, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing. I'm saying to just remember the other side's perspective. There are some people that
see shit differently.
Exactly. There are some people that turn to faith because it helped them at a period in their life, such as a woman I work with whose husband's completely paralyzed, and she turned to God for that sense of relief. I'm not a religious guy, but I heard her say that, and I said, I understand that, and I would never try and change her thought on it. I would never. if there is something out there, honestly, I think God's Morgan Freeman. I've talked about it before, but I've seen him in more things that happen to do with God. But all jokes aside, it's we're all living a life right now, and we all just
Can I
craft.
tell you something?
What?
Can I tell you something? I used to didn't believe in God neither.
Well, you had something that brought you to that, though. I'm not saying I don't.
Exactly. So
I
that's
just say
what.
I don't.
Nobody can convince nobody. All everybody can do is go off of their experiences. So
Exactly.
you
And
feel me?
we live in a very opinionated world. People feel like they have to, either they have to stay quiet because they might offend somebody.
Get you to be one way or the other way.
They got to think like a community. This is why a lot of people that lose their faith in religion is because they don't lose it in the actual religion. They lose it in organized religion with the church. Because when they go
And
to a
all these
church,
fucking rules.
well, you start asking questions. They start going,
That's
hey,
why
we
I
need
tell
you to
people
leave.
I'm not spiritual. I'm enlightened. I don't
That's
have time for all those rules and all those structures and social constructs and expectations and boxes and labels.
see,
I'm just
I'm trying
just a
to
human
attack
being
it
trying to be the
from.
best that I can be.
I'm trying to understand it, see, from, because I'm trying to look at you through the eyes of the audience, not through my own eyes, how I see you, an amazing, unique individual, much like everyone on this earth. Okay.
Thank you.
That's my
Thank you,
own,
brother.
yeah, you're welcome. That's my own intake of you. But what people are going to see is they're going to see you saying hustle and all these things. And for me, just sitting down and just being able to talk with you, I can sit there and rationalize to them that, like, you're not understanding where she's coming from. You're not understanding. You're seeing this perspective and you're seeing this thing, but you're not understanding what she means by anything she's saying. The
I haven't
problem
even had a
is
conversation with me to
exactly
even get to
the problem is we look at people and we make claims. We're judge books by covers. Stop judging.
Not even by covers. You haven't even seen the cover. You just heard the title. You ain't even seen the cover.
Exactly.
You just heard the title.
They don't want to take the time. So when I started this podcast, I'm like, okay, hustle. I was trying to take it in from a person coming from the outside first meeting you. But like I said, you get to see me come out where I start hearing you and I start talking to you and you understand that it's a form of being. It's not a type of flashy thing you do. There are obviously the fake ones and then there's the real ones like yourself. It's the concept of we all want worth in this world. We want to feel like we're worth to somebody, whether it's ourselves
That's it, bro.
or whether it's to somebody or just the title of it. I mean, nobody wants to be broken alone. Nobody wants any of these things. But we're living in a world where just being comfortable and being, I guess, kind of alone or a little bit socially isolated is okay. And I'm not okay with that.
No, we shouldn't be. We should be able to we're social creatures. So isolation is against our natural being. That's why people be depressed and can't in all these dark states because they not being humans. I don't know what they being.
What would you say would be the answer to do that? I think, I guess,
find a life of purpose.
Express yourself.
Live a life of passion. Exactly. And expression is through art and through creativity. That's why my nonprofit is Empowered, Creative, Responsible, Entrepreneurial Whiz Kids. Because once you help a person find out that they have a purpose and worth in this world and in this life, they're going to hustle to manifest it. And that means just do whatever they need to do, in a high vibrational way to bring about the frequency that'll make their dreams manifest. And your dreams not gonna manifest if you're not hustling to make them manifest. If you're working a 9 to 5 and going home and go to sleep, you are not gonna ever see your dreams coming to fruition. Period. You're
not gonna see true justice in yourself as well. If you don't give yourself any respect, then how can you expect to get respect to other people that you meet in the world?
You can't pour from an empty vessel, So like you say, there's a lot of negative connotation around the word hustle. And I've been getting a lot of backlash for the last few years just over my name in general. I get called a pimp. I get called all kind of things, but I'm going to stand my ground because my background and everything that I have done and all of the receipts that I can show shows you that what I mean by hustle is not the negative perception that you trying to attach to it. It's a very positive one actually, and all it really means is just consistently working to complete your goals. That's it. So if you
It's
want to,
crazy to watch something that you've built manifest in such a way, has it?
no, well, it ain't. It is. It's watching it come alive and watching me try to change something so negative and something so positive. But the crazy thing, look, now everybody talking about hustle. Every commercial talk about hustle. Every brand talking about hustle. Everybody wants to be a hustler. Everybody wants to learn to hustle. Everybody wants to have a side hustle. So for the last 5-10 years, I've been getting ripped for calling myself Hustle God and for being a female hustler. But now everybody has fucking stolen this fucking idea of hustle. Like negative connotation, but all these brands are associating themselves with this term. That y'all think that this term is negative. No, they just don't want me to be hustle God. That's really what the problem is. No, I don't think no longer do people have a problem with the term hustle because it's everywhere. You can Google it and Google that in correspondence with the goddamn ads and commercials that's out right now. You're going to see it in Nike ads, every ad. I really feel like the problem is with me being hustle. Who are you to think that you could be hustle? So because that's my name and it's been my name for 10 years before this hustling shit became, took off. Now people don't want me to even have that name no more. So it really, to me, I don't think it's really a misunderstanding no more of what hustling means because I think it's too many people out here using it in too many positive ways and too many motivating and encouraging ways for it to be anybody that's still out there trying to pretend like, oh, it just means prostitute or pimping or some shit like that. Like, to me, that's just people playing on ignorance so that they can try to control you or control what you're doing.
I think it's two forms really of it. I think it's the fact.
You got it.
I think it's the fact that the way people, like kids, take it nowadays is hustling. They don't know the true meaning of the word. So they make it and they display it as a hustle, as a type of, like prostitute
crime.
thing we're talking about.
Crime.
The other
like
way,
a crime.
like the other way of hustle, like going quick about it. I think the concept is trying to get a piece for yourself, but doing it on your own terms. Like you being able to create something and watch it grow. You be able to watch this thing literally from the start that you just like we're just talking about it and then seeing it where it's at now. Much like with me and my podcast, where I see myself in the beginning and then to the point that where it's at now.
To completion. Consistency, working on the goal consistently to completion. You saying the same thing I said at the very beginning.
I'm telling you, it's exactly about consistency. I mean, we all have something that we're truly
and completion.
Passionate. Yeah, well, we all have something we're truly passionate about. It's about crafting out the time and making sure that it gets accomplished, not giving up on it because it gets hard, not giving up on it because other things come in the way.
Because you don't got the resources right now. You feel me? Or because it's not exactly because it ain't coming together the way you expected it to come together. You feel me? Because you got this $1 million idea, nobody not giving you $1 million. Then you know what they say to be a millionaire. When you got an idea, there's 6 different ways to get the money. You got a friend that can give you the money. You can get a loan. What's the other ones? You can work and to get the money. That's 3 ways. But one of the ways is that you can put in the time, the hours, and they call it the 10,000 hours. So a lot of people don't realize just saying that alone is saying that you got to hustle. So a lot of times people don't understand, like, what's standing in between your dreams, the biggest resource that's in between you and your dreams is how hard you can work to make them come true. Like, how hard you willing to go for yourself. You feel me? That's all it really means. Like, okay, I don't got the money for this, but I'm going to learn how to do graphic design so I can start creating my own content. Boom. So that's one of the things I did. I don't got a lot of money to pay for content creation for my brand, so I pay $700 a year for the Adobe Creative Cloud, and I taught myself how to use a lot of those different apps in that Creative Cloud so that I can create my own content. And it takes me more time, yeah, but I don't got the money, but I got the time. So I'm gonna do this little whoop, 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 and make this happen. Boom, I got it just like I paid for it. You feel me? So
As soon as you
that's what
started
I think.
saying you got to work for it, I immediately thought of the song where it goes, "You got to keep on working for the weekend." I don't know. My mind goes to weird places, like I said, but that's the best.
Now I was trying to think of the song,
What,
but yeah,
the song
yeah,
where like we're all just working for the weekend. Then it.
man. Hey, that's a sad song right there. If all you doing is working for the weekend.
Well, hey, you ever heard of Andre 3000 song "Hey Ya" by Outkast?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you actually listen to the acoustic cover of that song, it's actually really, really sad.
Oh wow.
It's about losing his
I,
girl over drugs and all this type of stuff, and like the love fades
I
away
think
and stuff.
the Love Below. You talk about the Love Below. Yeah, that's what that song is actually still kind of about that in the actual rap version of it.
That's what I love about music is the fact that it's grasp on so many people and how it can hit you and hit your emotions in so many ways that it can
Transcends race, color, and all that.
it's something like that really bothered me because I know there was this one kid at my school, they called him like the White Slim Shady because he like used to do.
Can I give you another example of one of the hustles that I did that didn't involve no money?
Sure.
All right. I wanted to change my life from being in the streets to having a career. So I put myself through college, and I got 5 college degrees, and I came out cum laude.
Hey, I went to college and I was the only one in my family to go to college. The only concept of me doing that was because they told me I
Do you
wasn't
know how
college
much?
material.
Do you know how much hustling it is to get 5 college degrees in 7 years and be cum laude?
It's not easy.
You gotta hustle your ass off.
Now,
Especially when you came from the streets. I was selling drugs before that.
and you notice how those titles mean nothing now in this world, only on the concept of having a college degree apparently doesn't get you shit anymore because now businesses are just so prospected to hire only certain individuals as long as you know somebody.
No. I'm a licensed provider.
You're a licensed provider.
Yeah, I'm a radiologic scientist.
You're a what scientist?
A radiologic scientist.
Where at?
I'm retired now because I'm disabled. I have fibromyalgia and I have degenerative disc disease.
Damn, I'm
So
sorry.
that's why I created. Don't be sorry because it allowed me to create this whole brand, become a powerful creator. It allowed me to find my creative ingenuity. It allowed me to be hustle God. So the death of the old me had to happen so that the birth of the new me could be here, so that the person that you're talking to could have manifested.
That really shows a hustle, the fact that you went through something like that and still keep a positive head on your shoulders. And not only
I lost everything.
But
and
not
I'm
only
retired at 33 years old. You can't. How could I not be the ultimate hustler? And I qualified for retirement at 33 years old.
I mean, it's the fact that like a lot of people would have taken all those kind of punches and those roadblocks and everything. They would have stopped, but you kept on persevering and you kept on. You're still keeping on creating today.
Man, right? What did you just say? Though a part of being a hustler was like when shit ain't always the way you think it's supposed to be or the way you think it's supposed to go, and you still keep making it happen.
Man, quote one of my favorite famous artists of all time. Hang on, my turn. Hey, Lere, hold on. I gotta say
real quick. To be an X-ray tech, you can't have no criminal history on your record.
All right, we get it. You got a lot of titles, Lere. Well, hold on a second.
No, I'm saying
this is gonna go with you.
I was a felon.
This is gonna go with you on this. Leonardo da Vinci, one of the most famous painters of all time, said one thing. He said, "Art is never finished, just left undone." That it means that creativity, any type of creativity, as long as you put the drive in for it, and yeah, it's hard work. but that hard work pays off because you end up becoming a better evolved person than you were before. You went through things.
Exactly.
People want to sit there and deny you for doing a hustle, deny you for a fake whatever. Don't listen to that shit. That doesn't mean sense. Because first of all,
Wow.
just having a conversation with you, being able to talk to you, you've already there's no need to prove to anything. You don't need to prove anything to anybody, and you know that because you love what you're doing and you love the creative process that you're going.
Well, yeah, I don't have no choice but to love it. It's my life. You feel me? It came from the depth of who I thought I was, and like this is what actually keeps me alive. And every hustle that I do is legit. I have a record label. I have a distribution label. I do motivational speaking. I wrote a book. I got a nonprofit. Like, I don't do nothing like nobody, no hustle that no other person not hustling doing. Like, so why is it that my hustle is looked at as a negative way, in any type of negative way, because I'm a female? And I think that can only be the only reason that it could be getting any type of negative attention. How can I fake anything if I'm a real person? I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you. If everything that I say could be verified and validated with proof, how could I be fake? So, like I said a little short while ago, it's not really so much of the issue as people have a problem with hustle. They have a problem with me. They have a problem with me being a female and being in the position that I'm in and doing the things that I'm doing, where it's a lot of males. They feel like this is a leadership role and that this is a role that a male should be in. But I didn't choose to be here. I didn't choose this life. I didn't choose this role that I'm playing in life. This is just who I am. This is what all of the knowledge and all of the experiences that I've encountered in life. This is what it all led up to. You know, I suffered.
I mean, life's a journey, and I mean, we're all on it.
Hold on one second. Hey, come on, close that door, bruh.
Yeah, turn that music down.
See, I'm doing something, bruh. But you still gonna walk away and leave the door open. No matter what you're doing, you still being rude.
Lere, I mean, I think you wrapped it and you said it perfectly. You said it perfectly well yourself. I mean, we got these journeys that we choose to walk, and we craft the path of which way it kind of proceeds. I mean, you said it best yourself, and you've shown it the best yourself too. I mean, I think you put it in the best of words. And I mean, I just appreciate you at least taking the time to get on the podcast and have a conversation, because you didn't know what you were getting into.
Trust me, I know every time I get hit with the same thing every time, over and over. I get this from it's like I get so much hatred every day, Robbie. And all I do is put out positive stuff. All I do is put out motivational, encouraging, inspirational, enlightenment. But because people don't like that it's coming from me, I don't look like the person. I don't know what it is, you know.
Well, hey,
to me,
Lere,
I feel like it's a coveted ability, but
look, you receive nothing.
I'm not rich off of it, right? I'm not getting no money from it. I'm not getting no love from it. I'm getting nothing but hatred for it, but I still do it every day.
Hey, you receive nothing but love from me right here, all right? Give you that much.
Oh, much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Whatever.
And thank you for the opportunity.
No problem. Whatever, I know it doesn't mean much coming from me, but let me tell you something. I'm in your corner 100%.
That means a lot.
And I respect
each person every day that comes and gets in my corner, it means something to me. It's one person at a time. You feel me? I have to build a community and build a community of people who understand what I'm doing and support what I'm doing, and actually sit down and have these one-on-one conversations with me and talk to me, and not talk about me to people who have never talked to me. And then that's how it starts, you know? It's one person at a time.
It's about
I have no problem doing this hustle right here. I have no problem hustling up supporters.
It's about taking that shot when people think you're going to fail. You know, I used to sit by a motivational poster. It was Yoda. It says, "Do or do not. There is no try." You know, that was the only thing I really took away positive from school. So I tend to stick with that basis, and I run with that my whole life.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So,
Well, Lere, thank you so much for doing the podcast. It was awesome having you on.
and thank you for having me, Robbie. And to make sure you send me this link so I can promote it, you know, and all that good stuff like I do. And you take care and you keep on having these conversations with people.
Keep on hustling, right?
I can't stop on hustle, God, baby.